Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it is count it, four middle-aged dudes bullshitting about nothing. We've got Theory515 joining us this weekend. He's actually probably going to be a general mainstay. Somebody told us that we weren't dark enough for some reason. All right. In any case, like I said before, we're just now four middle-aged dudes just going ahead and bullshitting about nothing. Video games, actually, as quiet as this week is, and everybody's kind of waiting for certain releases to come out. This week was actually pretty busy as far as gaming news. One of the things that came to our attention that we really want to talk about is the rumor that Sony is planning on releasing out an updated PlayStation 4 with an upgraded hardware chipset. Basically, advanced GPU, advanced CPU, more RAM, so that they have a PS4 that's out there that is 4K capable and ready to go for the masses. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if it was last week or the week previous to last week, we went ahead and we touched on how Phil Spencer had announced that he thinks it's a good idea to go ahead and have upgradable components for the Xbox One. And we shared our open opinions about that. And guess what, everybody? We have opinions about this one too. All right. Since I've already monopolized about a minute of our time, let's go ahead and just pass it around. Everybody, the floor is open. What are your thoughts on the rumored PS 4.5?
Theory, you
just
have
like the Xbox One. I think that says a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to be the same thing. I mean, my biggest issue is why didn't they just do this in the first place? I mean, they knew they were going to be putting out a VR console and they was going to have to up the specs anyway.
Well, that's an interesting thing, because I have a theory on it. Not the theory, but I have a theory as why they're putting out the Xbox 4.5. One of the things that happened this week, also coincidentally, is that Sony went ahead and they announced the manufacturer suggested retail price for the PlayStation VR headset. That's their entry into the virtual reality 4A. It's going for $399.99, $400 even.
Yep.
And that's without tax.
That's before tax.
Yeah, and that also doesn't include that if they want to go ahead and do the full VR experience, you're also going to have to get a hold of the brand new PlayStation Eye and the PlayStation Move. Yeah, it's not just $499, folks.
Yep. So now you guys got to buy goggles and dildos. How's that make you feel?
Exactly. Well, it feels like you're sitting in the middle of a Bukkake Fest.
Yeah.
The problem that I have with this is that what are about the people that don't own PlayStation 4s right now? So we're looking at $800 to $900 for the full thing. And there are some people that were waiting out for the VR headset to come out so they can join the PlayStation 4 family. So telling them that an average gamer has to spend almost $1,000 to get everything: the camera, the two PlayStation Moves, the camera, PlayStation 4, and $400 for the PlayStation VR.
Hold on for a second. I have something to add on to that. What about in the same household? You're going to have to get more than one.
Multiples.
That's one thing. Number two.
I'm sorry, dude. Tommy is going to be sharing.
Hey.
Games.
Sorry, kid. You on punishment forever. You ain't
playing. Not about that. Look, games are running $60 a piece. So we're
No. Remember, there's fucking season passes and DLC.
Well, I'm just saying the standard game is $60.
No, it's not, because games are fucking incomplete.
Absolutely. So we're looking at over $1,000 for a complete setup for somebody who does not minimum.
That's starting.
So
you know what's funny is that just makes me think it's 2006 and the release of the PS3 all over again.
You know what? You know what else we forgot? a lot of people don't. Okay, there are people that do, but many don't own 4K TVs. In order to get the full fucking experience.
Well, here's the thing: if they're using the console simply for the VR, they don't need the 4K TV. But one of the reasons why
that's not going to happen. No.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But one of the reasons why the upgraded PS4 is essential for the VR is that what a lot of people don't know is that in order to go ahead and run virtual reality in 1080p, basically what you need is two 1080p displays mirrored, actually running in oscillation.
Remember the Virtual Boy, people? Is that without the black and red?
Basically. So you've got two 1080p screens, and it has to run. If you want the game to look like it's running at 60 megahertz or 60 hertz for 60 frames, it has to run that 120 hertz. All right. So yeah, you're gonna need something that's gonna be able to push 4K in order to have true VR in 1080p.
The TV
thing about the consoles now is that they don't even do 1080p natively frames.
No.
Well,
they barely hit 60.
The TV thing, right? The TV thing is not. That's just for the viewers who want to see a limited version of what the person wearing the goggles or not the headset is seeing. So even if you have a 4K TV, you're not getting the whole VR experience. Of course not, right? But this is ridiculous. If you start adding it up, it looks like the Oculus Rift is cheaper.
Well, no. Here's the thing about the Oculus Rift. All right. So the Oculus Rift MSRP is $699.99, or cool $700. All right, that's pretty much the cost of a current PS4 and the PSVR. All right, the thing about the Oculus Rift is that what a lot of people got to remember is that you need a capable machine. Again, you need to be able to run twin 1080p screens at least 120 hertz in order to get at a 1080p 60 frame experience. All right,
the monster PC.
Yeah, they went ahead and based on the specs that the Oculus Rift has already went ahead and released out. The folks went multiple gaming websites went ahead and priced it out. What you would need price for component, and these are guys who are sitting there shopping for bargains on Price Watch, Newegg. They're scouring the Google Shops. All right.
Yep.
And they said that you're spending a minimum 1,600 bones on the PC alone.
Yep, that's about right. So no budget builds, folks.
So wait a minute.
Exactly.
So one thing that we're
to get the whole experience.
One thing that we're forgetting too is this: is the augmented or the upgraded PlayStation 4.5? Is it going to cost the same thing as a normal PlayStation, or is that going to run $500 because all the upgraded equipment in there? See,
that's a good point.
We are boasting extra power.
I don't think they're going to match 400 with 400.
Could have run the 1 terabyte. So
or they're just going to make it.
We're looking at 500, 550.
It's probably going to be the old PS3, original PS3 price of $699 or something.
Hey,
I'm flashing back to 2006.
With or without fucking games.
Without.
And how many terabytes? How many terabytes minimum?
1.
But probably just 1.
Minimum
Probably
1
1.
this thing have to be in order to support all of that.
Absolutely.
Probably 1. And even then, you're going to run out of space if you're running these high-tech VR games.
Done. I was just about to say the same thing. Your space will be obliterated in no time.
So what about the people that are left behind? Because I have a PlayStation 4 sitting here. I'm not upgrading my PlayStation 4 for a 4. Fuck you. No, I'm not doing it. No. I'm not doing that.
See, I'm on the same boat with Gray Mouse. Like, I have a PS4 sitting in my house right now.
And that's fine.
I'm not getting another one.
I don't need, no. It's not, no.
Come on now. You're not going to get one for you and your boy and VR it and...
No.
Looking like you're both...
What if the game is that... No, I can't even continue.
No, here's the thing about that, Gray Mouse, and I'll answer that question, okay? Just like I said with the Xbox One upgradable components video, all right? The one thing about it, they're not going to sit there and put out this newfangled hardware and then be sitting around waiting for people to fucking buy it, Okay, what they're gonna do is that they're gonna make some developers gonna be crazy enough to go ahead and say, hey, we like your new fucking hardware. We don't want to optimize our shit, but our shit looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and just make it dedicated for the new PlayStation 4 console, the upgraded one. And this game, this AAA game, this must-have fucking AAA game that you will go ahead and sacrifice your kids for, all right, it's going to be on the new PS4.
Let me add this. There's already been history about this. It's called the new DS.
Yes. I was just
And there's only one game that I know that is put out for that new DS, and that's that Xenogears Saga or whatever.
Here's the thing about the new 3DS though. You're not dealing with a $400 price tag.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're dealing with a 200 and above price tag compared to
200.
It's a little bit more than
200.
3DS, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the same
Because
price.
it's going to be about the same thing with the PS4 and the new upgraded one.
You're not going to do that because we still have that 1 terabyte hard drive plus the extra specs.
I mean, can you tell me what other games are specifically? Because I even tried to run that new Xenogears game on a 3DS, and it told me, wrong answer, I'm not working. So that is the foreshadowing of what's going to happen with the PlayStation 4. With the new games that you say, like when the developers say, hey, yeah, I'll use the 4.5 technology. So with that leave, what happens when Guardians or Shenmue 3 or whatever game they decide to put on that, what happens to me? I bought their PlayStation 4.
What's even worse is if first-party publishers decide to go ahead and push those games.
That's my no.
Imagine the next Last of Us out for the PS4.
Ooh.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, Uncharted.
Uncharted's coming to an end, so we're not worrying about Uncharted. All right.
Hey.
All right.
That
That will come out before the next PS4 comes out.
What are they going to do? Bring out enhanced remastered games now?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
And you can't
re-release Resistance.
You can't just ping Sony for this. You got to ping motherfucking Microsoft too. You got to ping them all. You got to ping Nintendo for this shit. You can't just ping one company for this shit. There's a bad habit that's coming around now, and it seems like all the big three are soaking it up. And it's us as consumers to say, no, we're not accepting this shit.
But that's the thing about it. It's not going to happen because most people are just so obsessed about the next big thing. They're so obsessed about the future. They're so geared into VR. There are a lot of people out there.
What about me? What about me who's on a minimum wage or whatever? I'm a gamer. I like games. I like to play games.
I mean, you heard, Bernie, you're privileged.
Oh, yeah, I'm white privileged.
You have hardships.
I forgot.
What hardship?
You're right. Man, fuck that. No.
Let's not go there.
This is unacceptable. It really is. I'm saying just a normal gamer who has normal income.
Wait, Mouse. This is the thing about it. People have been accepting garbage, so much garbage. So why should this be the exception as far as the cutoff point?
No, you're right. I mean, if it works and people buy it, I mean, look, they're a business. At the end of everything, when the lights go out, there's still a business, and that's what they're looking at. They're looking at their bean counters. They're looking at money.
Bills in order to turn your lights back on.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the industry that's that's kind of the thing that we've repeated over and over again is that it's businesses run by bean counters. All right, these folks want to go ahead and try to squeeze out as much money out of as little actual working product as
possible.
All right. The problem that I have with the PlayStation 4.5, just like I had with the Xbox One having upgradable components, all right, is that not only are there issues where it creates really confusing and difficult fucking situations for the consumer, but it also makes it really fucking hard for the developers to go ahead and work with things, all right? Because, here's the thing, all right? Like we had said in an earlier video, I have the Sega Genesis with the Sega CD and the 32X fucking attachment. All right. Okay. When Sega, at that point in time in the industry, when they decided that that was all a good idea, they were in a very, very commanding neck and neck tie with Nintendo as far as being the guys in the video game industry. All right. When they started going ahead and adding on shit, Sega CD, 32X, one of the things that killed Sega's pull with a lot of developers and third-party licensors was that they started saying, hey, look, if you're going to make something for the Sega Genesis, you got to make a Sega CD version, and you got to make a 32X version, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
some of the developers said no. Other ones decided to go ahead and fall into it and go ahead and do it. Well, what happened with a lot of the consumers is that they had 3 different versions of the same 16-bit fucking game, all right? And they were like, okay, so which one's the best? Oh, hey, look, right over here in this corner, there's a 32X/Sega CD one where you need the whole fucking $900 setup, all right, to go ahead and get the best experience. It's still going to look grainy as shit, but it's going to have CD sound.
Well, what's funny about that is that Nintendo, the Super Nintendo at that time, they didn't need anything like that. They just had, I don't see anything add-ons for the Super Nintendo.
They entertained the idea, though.
Yeah,
I know they did.
Didn't think about it.
Yeah.
But they did.
And
They didn't do it, though.
Yeah, but that became the gray box that we all know as the PlayStation.
Absolutely.
All right? Yes, X. Okay.
Well,
I can
absolutely.
take my Super Nintendo and my original PlayStation. I can put them on top of each other, and they're the exact
same size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
the thing too is what people got to really think about is that how are they going to update this Xbox One upgrade, right, and the PlayStation 4.5? How are they going to? Are the networks going to be different? Are they going to run on the same network? Or how do they know which updates to push to this system or that system? You know what I mean? I mean
that part is actually
networks and updates. That's all going to run on the same thing. That's the word.
I'm saying is that like the upgraded version is going to have a different software, obviously, right? A little
Not
bit
really.
different. You think they'll run
Not
on
really.
the same?
It'll have maybe a spec upgrade, but it'll all run on the same system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's what'll happen is that you'll sit there and you'll have your Blu-ray disc. It'll have 4K assets, and then it will also have the standard 1080p assets or whatever they go ahead and they render them at right now. Okay, but they're like I said, there's going to be a AAA title that's going to come out sooner or later that's going to require the new hardware. Okay, and all the people who sit there and actually have their old faithful system, all right, by which time they might have already owned for maybe 2 or 3 years. Okay. Then they're going to be forced to upgrade. All right. And like I said about Microsoft, do I like that? No, I condemn the fuck out of it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Fuck them. Fuck this thought. Fuck it up the ass with red hot fire pokers. Okay? Like I said before. Fuck it. No.
I am not on board. Absolutely not.
I'm not on board.
But the only person in this room here that has both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, what about me? How much money do I have to spend to upgrade my Xbox One?
You're going to have to just spend money.
What the fuck? And I know there's other people that have an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4.
There are a lot of people out there that have both.
There are a lot.
That's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be spending money.
Buying new ones.
How much money, make it rain money, do I have to spend to play
like the Reverend said, sacrifice your children in order to play this shit.
Hey, in short, the answer is this. How much you got?
Yeah, I know. Zero.
No, I mean, it's not going to be that much. They're just going to be asking for rent, okay?
Rent, man.
Pretty much. All right.
Wow.
The title to my house.
I can understand dropping a car note, even an expensive car note.
Wait, the NX is going to be looking pretty good at this point. If they don't do the same garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
well, here's the thing: we don't know anything about the NX yet, so they're already kind of standing out in the head.
all we know is that they've got an oval-looking controller. All right, that's the only thing that's been patented and that you can actually find pictures of. Okay, and it's got a touch display face. That's the only thing that anybody knows about the NX.
Well, that's the worst feature of the Wii U is that damn touchpad, in my opinion, man. It's awfully awkward. Touchpad. I can't stand that thing.
It doesn't bother me at all. What's wrong with you?
Well, for one, it was just like the Kinect where it jacked up the price $100.
Yeah.
And two, every single game that came out for it was not compatible for that thing.
And don't forget,
biggest flaw with it.
Don't forget that Microsoft closed all the Kinect companies, so that's where they stand now. So I have a camera sitting on my TV now. It's not a Kinect no more. It's just a camera. So that Microsoft can spy into my home and
you have to turn that shit on because of the SJWs.
Yeah, we have the surveillance machine.
Yeah, they'll see them games in the back and they're gonna be like, "Nah, we gotta confine you."
Look at that guy. He's sitting on his white couch with his white walls.
I'm a white privileged person sitting in.
Look at that.
No, man.
Look at that.
So white privilege, all our walls are white.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that.
That's why I'm like, wait a second.
Oh shit.
Oh, so privilege. We got computers, we got cameras, we got friends.
Yep.
So for me, if somebody was to come in here and say, will you buy a upgraded Xbox One or would you buy an upgraded 4.5 PlayStation 4.5? You can't sell that to me, man.
Look, I don't have either, so I'm kind of in the clear. All right.
Yeah, you don't have to upgrade. You just need to buy the latest shit that's out.
I just need to buy the latest shit. I mean,
I'm the same. I'm in the same boat.
You guys are lucky. But
we told you to wait.
There ain't not a fuck. We all
see. Here's the thing. And even after my waiting, I got screwed.
But you didn't wait long enough.
Hey,
I won mine, so I'm glad you
won that.
I was presented with an offer I couldn't refuse at the time. It was cheap enough where I was like, okay, I can shell out a couple bucks for this.
All right.
All I had was my raffle ticket called, and I got the PlayStation 4.
Needless to say, I didn't pay a full $400 for mine.
But still, I'm not going to upgrade it. 4.5?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Will they come out with components to upgrade the 4 to the 4.5, or they're just
no. Unless you're a tech-savvy guy.
Just tell me how to do it.
Unless you're a tech-savy guy, you're going to have to rip your PlayStation 4 apart and start
people are going to be doing that within the next couple of years anyway.
Hey.
Yeah. No, I'm happy with my PlayStation.
The rest of that will come.
Yeah.
But I just think that this upgrading idea and this 4.5 idea is truly ridiculous.
And the thing about it is
the funniest thing about it is these consoles are still in their infancy.
Yeah, and let's be honest. Again, this is rumor, okay?
But the thing is, though,
gotta go ahead and emphasize that.
Yes, it's still rumor.
But the thing is, though, if they would have done this at the beginning of the 8th generation for the Sony and Microsoft, that would have been a little different story. Because I'm saying that. All right, so this Xbox will be upgradable. I'm talking about like at the very beginning, where people haven't already bought the system yet.
It will still be pricey.
No, you're right, but it's better than doing it freaking mid-generation and saying, "Ha, motherfuckers! Now you get to upgrade to your 0.5." PlayStation 4.5 and Xbox.
That's like a video game system coming with only 2 controller ports. Oh, you have this multi-tap for later for games that are 4 players.
Look, Microsoft knows that they don't have to sit there and do the upgrade shit. All they have to do is start banning systems like they did with fucking Xbox 360.
Man,
look,
let me tell you something.
People that dumb, all right?
You're an idiot. You're an idiot if you don't think that Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo, because people sit in meetings and do advanced, like 5-year what is it? What I'm talking about? 5-year freaking.
I don't know what you're talking about. You tell me.
No, like people, a company. I've been in the company that I work for long enough to know that that big bosses sit in the middle of the damn room and think about a 5-year forecast. So,
but some things don't come to plan, and then there's technology that changes, and then other things come about.
I'm just saying, to me, I think this was planned. Just like the Reverend was saying earlier, that how can I get your money?
Yeah.
With the least amount of.
Well, they're constantly thinking that weekly.
But daily.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that you got to kind of wonder, were they thinking about this at the beginning of the 8th generation? Were they thinking about when PlayStation 4 was launched or the Xbox One was launched? Were they already thinking 2 years, 3 years ahead and say, we're going to make people upgrade to an upgradable system? And the reason why I say that is because, the theme has said this several times. This is the end of the console gaming. This generation is the end. And this is quite possibly the reason why it's the end is because why push to the 9th generation when you could just add components to the current generation?
By that right, they could have done that for the last generation.
Look,
You're correct.
I'm going to correct you on that thought, though. Okay, they weren't thinking 2 years, 3 years ahead as far as getting you to buy something else. They were thinking tomorrow to get you something to get you buying something else. Okay,
I agree with that.
All right.
Plus,
look
what they did.
My point, though.
But look at what they did. Look what they did. What at least Microsoft tried to do a couple of years back. Well, 3 years back, they tried to make it so you always had to be fucking online.
Yeah.
No.
Both systems have to install fucking games to their console.
I'll give you one better, even earlier than that. Remember the Xbox 360e, the one where you didn't have to sit there and pay for the Xbox, you just had to buy fucking Xbox Live for like 3 or 4 fucking years. Anybody remember that package?
No.
Yes. I remember that, okay, where they were like, hey, look, you can get an Xbox 360 for something like $50 to $100. You just gotta buy like 4 years of fucking
Xbox Live?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I didn't know
that.
Fuck you!
They had packages for that like out in fucking during Christmas, like
I didn't know that.
2008.
I didn't know anything about that.
I didn't know anything about that either. That's the first for me.
I remember that.
That's crazy.
Remember, I got buddies who still work at GameStop. Okay.
I mean, it's just infuriating that the big three will do something like this. I mean, I understand the whole point. They're a business. They're driven by money. I understand that. But it's just, man, no.
Like I said just a few minutes ago, this is a rumor. Okay, I want everybody who's watching this video to consider that this is a rumor. But I think
this is not set in stone yet.
Yeah, I think this carries a lot of weight for the fact that they've announced and there's a release date and manufacturer suggested retail price for the PlayStation VR. And the VR, in order for you to go ahead and be able to run VR in full 1080p, you're going to need an upgraded machine. You're going to need more horsepower than what's on the PlayStation 4.
To enjoy virtual reality to its fullest.
In full 1080p, in full 60.
The way you want to experience VR.
Well,
you need certain specs.
Isn't the VR, the PlayStation VR, like 360, complete 360 virtual reality? Like you could turn around and all that stuff?
Well, yeah. But that requires.
But that's the stable with most of them, though. With both Oculus and all the others.
Yeah, that also requires, like we said before, not only the VR headset, but also the Move and the PlayStation Eye. In fact,
all games are not going to be compatible for all of that.
No. Well, in fact, what we'll do.
Sony already announced 50 of them that are, right?
Yeah, that's 50. And how many of those 50 are you going to be standing in line for to get?
About 2.
Well, even then, the funny thing about that is that let's say you are somebody who's standing in line to go ahead and jump into VR full fold. You're a fucking Lawnmower Man fucking fan from back in the 1980s, right? You know, so you want to go ahead and jump in there, and you want to go ahead and bump uglies with really bad polygon models. I don't know, but and yes, there's a controller for that on Kickstarter too. I have not even covered that.
The porn industry will thrive.
Yes, all right. But the thing about VR, you know, and just to go ahead and kind of segue into another segment because we're running down on this particular video, is that there are a lot of things that people got to go ahead and consider about the other costs of actually doing a VR setup. All right. Actually, we'll probably go ahead and we'll address that in the next video.
But before you.
So, yeah, keeping in count all of those things, it's going to require a lot of horsepower, a lot more than what the Xbox One or the PS4 is giving us right now, which brings up all this upgradable bullshit, you know? I wish I could say it differently, but it's...
I just want to go on record to say that I'm not against VR. I'm not against virtual reality. I'm not. I'm against the price that it costs to do VR. That's what I'm against. Make virtual reality a affordable thing, then I'll jump on board. But I'm not paying upwards to over $1,000 in this, you know, in case that I don't have a PlayStation 4 to jump in on this virtual reality.
Are you going to pay $150 for a customizable controller?
No. That's why I don't have one. You talk about the Xbox experience?
Some people
I got issues paying $60 for a new controller.
No, $150
controllers cost more than games.
Yeah.
Think about that.
I would be a hypocrite if I said I own that Xbox controller for $150. Man, no. No. I have a
controller costs half of
I have a standard $50 controller, and that's it. And that's where it's going to end. I don't need that shit. No. No. So, no, you can't get me there on that shit.
No. It was just a legitimate question.
No, it was. Absolutely.
There are certain people that are like, oh, my God, controller.
Oh, I can take it apart. I can take it apart, too. I can use it again.
And let that shit slide.
I can take it apart, too.
They're letting the Sony VR slide.
No. Nobody gets a free... No, nobody gets a free trip.
Yeah. You know, closing minutes, guys, in conclusion, I mean, wrapping up thoughts if we haven't said how we really feel yet.
I prefer not to buy another console. Leave it at that.
Well, unless it's another console itself.
Yeah. I would rather not buy another console.
Might as well get Xbox One at that point. Another console.
No, I said a console, not a paperweight.
Ooh, I see the shit flying.
Oh.
Damn.
In the comments.
Damn.
I dare you.
It is what it is.
I'm just saying, I already got a PC, so.
Hey, I'm just saying, I got an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4.
All right.
So I'm good. But my closing thoughts, VR, I think it's a good thing. I'm just going to wait I'm going to wait for the technology to get better and less expensive before I jump on board. And I did see the games for the VR, you know, for the PlayStation VR. It's interesting, especially the horror games. I mean, holy shit, yes. But I'm not paying that much money for me to enjoy that. So I'm going to wait for the technology to get better.
You got to know exactly what you're dealing with as far as not just the VR, but now this new PlayStation 4 and all the shit that you actually fucking need.
Absolutely. People don't think about, like, oh, VR, I got to get it. No, you're not thinking about the other cost in there. So that's just my closing thoughts. And no, I'm not getting it.
And with that, my closing thoughts, like I said before, I'm not a big fan. I don't like the idea of upgradable components in my consoles. All right. And if you're going to sit there, you're going to ask me, luckily, I don't have the PS4 yet. I'll probably own one sooner or later. But if they do come out with a brand new PS4 with greater hardware capabilities, I guess I can count that as lucking out. But yeah, my condolences to the folks who already have PS4s who don't want to get rid of them if that happens, you know?
Like somebody died.
Yeah, you know?
Pretty
Well,
much.
It is. You just don't know, man.
it's
PS4.
yeah, I am just looking into the future here, and you know, I'm just having a mental picture. I'm you know.
No, because it's funny because it's like, at what
folks,
point do you say, okay, yeah, I have a PS4, but I can't buy no new games?
see, folks.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
don't buy a console at the beginning.
It's that thing where it's like
a console at the beginning. Wait 3 years before you buy that new console. How many times I gotta tell you that? How many times, Graham Mouse? How many times I got? See, my conscience is all fucked up. No.
I feel a disturbance in the force.
There is.
Like millions and millions of gamers and nerds emptying their wallets all at once, falling to the ground.
Here you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, what are your closing thoughts, Dean?
I just concur with you guys. It's ridiculous, man. Upgrading components, new fucking systems of a system that you already got. No, I pass. Look, I don't have either. I don't have an Xbox One. I don't have a PS4, and this is one of the fucking reasons why. There are people have asked me, "Are you going to get either?" I'm like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until there are games. But now it's not just about having games to play this shit for.
Now you got to rethink the actual fucking console again.
You're coming out with newer and newer and newer versions of the fucking console. Now I got to worry about that shit.
What about you, Theory? What are your closing thoughts? You got a minute and a half. No pressure.
No. No. Just no.
We'll just wait and see what happens. It's like,
I know it's only a conception. It's just something that's been spitballed. No.
You know.
Okay.
I didn't even need a minute for that. No.
All righty. With that, folks, that's our first video of the night. Thank you for watching. If you stayed with us this long, hit subscribe below. Make your comments below. Upvote us, downvote us, whatever you do. We just want to know that you're actually watching. All right. This is a four middle-aged guys, again, bullshitting about nothing. I am the Reverend.
This is the theme here.
This is Graham Mouse 1.
And Theory515. Do your thing.
All right, Theory, but you got to go ahead and take up the tail end there because you're new to the broadcast. All right.
All
With that,
it's all about seniority. Oh.
Go ahead and close out, Steve.
Credits.